video is all about unboxing. I'm going to be unboxing a set of Eibach springs for a 2017 Chevy Cruze. It's going to be the sedan with the rear trunk instead of a hatch. None of these vehicles that we've been putting together are full-on race cars. They're just daily driven cars, so there's no real necessity for having full-on coilovers. Because once we get it adjusted out and set up where we want it, that's basically where it's going to stay. It's going to be one set thing to be comfortable for driving every day, but playing around on the weekends. Now, moving on, I also have a set of fog lights for the same car that I ordered. We'll get into that. I ended up unboxing it early. I didn't catch any of that on film, but I will show you the fog lights. I will show you what the box and everything look like, and I'll explain why I pulled them out of the box early without recording it. So let's jump into this. Right off the bat, you see this is fog lights with turn indication and run lamps and everything for a 2016 through 2018 Chevy Cruze. And right here it says driving light, daytime running light, fog lamp with signal. So you look at the housing and you can tell that's a fog lamp, and you can tell that they've got the strip on the outsides that are turn signals. You got your turn signal, your running light, and I don't know what the blue light is. I'm guessing that this is what they're calling their fog light. So anyway, not a bad deal I got on these, but it was kind of a pain in the butt. I probably won't do this again. The seller feedback isn't that great, and I'm not going to make it any better on that seller. I like to see 98 or better, and when I see 98% positive feedback, you generally don't see such a big number in 1 month. Which I'm going to add to that number, and I'll explain why in a minute. Anyway, so the seller feedback is 96.8, and that is below the average for me. I won't purchase if I see that. I won't purchase if it's below a 98. When I saw these, I hadn't seen them anywhere else. I knew she was looking for something similar, so I jumped all over it, okay? It took a total of nearly 4 weeks to get those fog lamps in, and here they are. It tells me it comes with everything you need to wire it up. Now, I need to check into it some more, but I have a feeling this isn't going to be just a plug-and-play situation. I'm probably going to have to do something to get this wired up. The only kind of connectors they have is to connect to the beams themselves. So, that's the only kind of plug or harness they have. On the other side, they got a couple of wires that come out. They look pretty decent. The box is decent quality. It's got a couple of mounting holes, Now, you have 2 signal wires here. And I've got to figure this out, but you've got 2 signal wires and they're both the same color. You've got your hot, ground, and then you got 2 other colors here. Now, the reason why I'm saying I'm just kind of having to guess is because everything on here except for circuit driver is in a foreign language. You got tear up invalid and invalid. Tear up invalid, okay. That's all the information I have. They didn't come with any kind of installation instructions. So I'm left with this. Alright. So the reason why I ended up unboxing them as soon as I got it without even pulling the camera, setting anything up, is because this is what it came in. The bag was probably the thickness of a trash bag, but now it's real weathered, it's real thin, and it just looks like it's been put through its paces. Now when I got the bag, I didn't want to open it. I wanted to figure out what it was before I opened it, because I've been buying so much stuff online lately. And I read the front, and the shipper is shipped from Chin. I don't know who Chin is, and it doesn't reference where I got these from. So when I get the bag, I start feeling the bag. Well, I feel the box inside of the bag, and I am not joking you. I did not tear this box. I'll show you the rip I did on this box. This side here is what I tore. I tore it loose from there because I could feel all these ripples within that bag. This packing was just over the fog lamps, but this box was smashed inside that bag. It was just completely deformed. It was bad. So that's my second gripe and complaint. Yeah, I was really hoping to get these fog lights out and they'd be extremely damaged. They actually came out in one piece. So I do have a solid piece. They're made out of an ABS plastic, so they're pretty durable. They can take a beating. And right off the bat, they looked pretty legit to me. I don't know if you're noticing what I noticed when I unboxed them, but this is not a fog lamp. So it does not come with a fog lamp at all. And her car is a 2017 Cruze, but it did not come with factory fog lamps. So, on top of needing a wiring harness to put everything together, wire it all up, have it work right. Apparently you also have to have the PCM or ECM reflashed in order to do all that. And again, I order fog lights for this car with the optional turn signals, and I get just optional turn signals with, I guess, they're calling this a fog light here as well, since it has the amber mode. So yeah, anyway, it didn't come with the actual fog lamp. I guess the deal was is if you had factory fog lamps, you pop those out. They probably wouldn't fit in here anyway, but I'm guessing that's their option, is you're able to pop your factory fog lamps in. Now the good thing is in the pictures on the eBay listing and in person from a distance, it kind of duplicates a fog lamp, you know, so she is going to have that look, but she's not going to have the fog lamp, which is kind of sad. Yeah, that was just, I don't know. I'm going to have to really play with these. It looks like they're going to install fairly easily as far as the mechanical part goes, but as far as the electronics goes, this is literally all that came in that box. I have this, and yeah, so the only thing I have to read here is circuit driver, tear up if invalid. So, I mean, it's pretty invalid. I might just tear it up. So that's what they gave me. So I got to work with that. I got to figure out how I'm going to tap into the wire harness. I got to figure out how I'm not going to have her car throwing any codes, stuff like that. I don't think it's going to be too hard, but it's definitely going to take possibly a little bit of time with a multimeter, a very good multimeter, not just any cheapo from the dollar store. Kind of phone out some wires, so to speak, and see what's going on with this box, see how it works exactly. And the good thing is I mean, your positive and negative are pretty self-explanatory 90% of the time, and these two they already have tabs on, so I'll start from there and see what this thing outputs. I'm guessing this white wire is a control wire and the blue wire is a control wire, and I believe these are all just outputs by looking at it, but no instructions. So if you don't have any kind of electrical knowledge, this could be a really poor purchase for you. So there's that. You got the seller's information right there. This is what you'll get. I can't tell you that you're very positive to get it. Also, something I didn't mention is park sensor option. I guess a lot of the Cruzes come with park sensors here, so if you do have factory fog lights and factory park sensors, you do have the knockout there that you can plug them into. It looks like it even has a clip to clip the park sensors into. So we may look into that and see if our car has a harness for park sensors, see how hard it may be to put them in since we have the option. But anyway, so there's those. Moving on to the Eibach springs. So I moved over, the lighting's not as good over here and I'm casting a shadow and everything, so hey, how you doing? She ended up purchasing these herself. She got them from Car ID, which is a pretty reputable seller, so it's actually a site for a bunch of car parts. Sometimes they even have stuff for cars that most places don't, which in this case they did. They had the lowering springs, and it's a 1" by 1.3" kit, so the front will be lowered 1" and the back will be 1.3. Not a very big drop, just enough to give it a nice little sports stance. Also, Eibach is what I have on my truck, and I really like the ride quality. The drop is a lot lower than I thought it would be, but it rides pretty good as far as the spring rating goes. Now I'm still on factory shocks, and my factory shocks hate the lowered ride height, so I'm going to be needing to replace those. But I dropped my truck 3, it was a 3.6, 3 in the front, 6 in the rear. Hers is only going to be 1 and 1.3. It's not going to put her struts out of range. And they give you a bunch of stuff about their history and how everything works, what all comes in the kit. Yeah, so I mean, it's a reputable site. You get what you pay for. It's shipped on time, and you know, I mean, what else can you ask for? I mean, that's exactly what they gave us. With that being said, we'll open it up. Yeah, so they took extremely good care of this package. Probably because it has a name brand on the outside. It looks like an important package, but anyway. Go ahead and get into opening this here. Okay, so here it is.
Sorry, doing this one-handed. I should use a stand. And we're going to use the camera. Get up on the side. There we go. Alright. I don't know why I say alright a lot, but just bear with me. I'll try to get past that too.
Here it is. We got it. There we go. Had to throw a big toe in there. Alright, so I kind of screwed that up pretty bad. So we got the Eibach springs. We have instructions, installation instructions. They even mentioned something about trimming a little off the bump stop, so that's good. So anyway, another thing I noticed after opening this setup is I bought my springs used, and I was told they were Eibach springs. And I'm now starting to think that mine aren't Eibach springs, because right here, it's actually got their logo, and it's got a serial number and everything, and it's got it on each set of springs. Not only that, but they also have these rubber bumpers wrapped around the springs that I'm guessing is for like squeaking, because it's metal to metal. This is the part that collapses the most once you put weight on it. So I'm seeing all that, and my set did not come with that. I'm venturing to say that mine are not Eibach springs. I have no clue what brand they are, but they ride good, so I'm happy with them. So I'm pretty interested to get these in, see how they ride on the road. I've heard a lot of good things about running these springs as far as just doing small drops. I heard they're the ones to go with as far as pricing, availability, and anyway, so we'll hopefully be able to do an install video. I got a little tied up with a buddy of mine that dropped by, so that's why this video may seem spaced out between when I started it and ended it. Now it is about 9:04 p.m. I have to be back up in the morning at about 3:15, 3:30. I need to be out of the door before 4 o'clock to head out back to work. That's the Eibach spring unboxing, and those are the fog lights. And this is what my coffee table currently looks like. Car parts and food. Yeah, for those of y'all that haven't had Whataburger or aren't near one, I feel bad for you. When I get Whataburger, I'm happy. I've got the new avocado bacon sandwich burger club. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoy all the content. I know some of it isn't the best and some of the qualities are shoddy. Make sure to like, leave a comment. If you don't have a YouTube account, make sure to create a YouTube account so you can at least put your input in. There's also a comment section that you can input what you think I might need to film more of or show more of, what you don't like. I'd like to hear your feedback, and it's hard to do if you don't have a YouTube channel. Mercy, mercy, mercy.